Hello everyone, Joseph Dunphy here, and this is your weekly Grass10 grazing management update on the dairy edge. Pasture-based figures for the week: average farm cover 862 kilos dry matter per hectare, and the growth is 5 kilos of dry matter per hectare. Dry matter percentages recorded were 14% in Moore Park, County Cork this week. Your predicted grass growth, rainfall and soil temperatures for the coming 7 days. Grass growth predictions are likely to be between 6 and 8 kilos of dry matter per hectare over the next 7 days. Soil temperatures are again expected to be low, with between 3 and 5 degrees Celsius for the coming 7 days. However, ground conditions to start to improve, with predicted rainfall amounts for the coming 7 days low at between 0 and 5 millimetres of rain. Your Grass10 tips for the coming week: complete your average farm cover and grass budget now on Pasture-based Ireland. There's a need to establish your open grass supply for your farm. The initial covers that we're getting into Pasture-based Ireland are slightly behind our target of 1,000 kilos of dry matter per hectare, average farm cover. So complete a grass budget as well to map out your grazing and achieve targets. And there's a tutorial video on the Grass10 newsletter this week to help you map out your spring targets for your farm on the grass budget. Can grazing begin on your farm this week? Ground conditions should improve with low rainfall forecasted for the coming week. Get out and see can grazing start on your farm if you have a good proportion of your cows calved. Grazing should start with one allocation per day in grass covers of 700 to 1,000 kilos of dry matter per hectare. Ensure cows have a keen appetite by having no access to silage for morning milking until about 10 a.m. and return cows to the yard after about 3 hours. There is probably a high proportion of heifers in the herd, so 5 to 6 kilos of allowance should be sufficient from a grazing starting point. The close period for chemical fertiliser has now passed. If you are spreading fertiliser, apply 16 to 20 units per acre of a urea-based product on trafficable paddocks that haven't received slurry. Adhere to buffer zone, soil temperatures and rainfall warnings in advance of spreading fertiliser. Standard cattle slurry is worth about €28 per 1,000 gallons, so use it wisely. Spread slurry at a max rate of 2,000 gallons per acre of dilute cattle slurry. And lastly, attend a spring pasture morning near you. The Teagasc KT team and Grass10 are running 32 spring grazing events during February and March. These events will focus on selecting paddocks for early grazing, early nitrogen and slurry, feeding the cow better, and successful feed budgeting. Tomorrow, the 7th of February, there's an event in Kells, County Meath, and next week, from the 10th to the 14th of February, there's an event in Ballynoe, County Cork, Pilltown, County Kilkenny, Neenah, County Tipperary, and Carrigmore, County Carlow. Area codes and all other info are available on the flyer, which is in the weekly Grass10 newsletter, and it is also across all our social media channels. If you'd like to hear more from the Grass10 team, subscribe to the weekly Grass10 newsletter, which is available on the Grass10 page on the Teagasc public website, and the link to the newsletter is also available in the description of this podcast. We would also like to thank the sponsors of the Grass10 campaign: AIB, Grass and Agro, Department of Agriculture, FBD, and the Farmers Journal. This has been your Grass10 update, and I'll talk to you all next week.